sad news announced today. It was revealed by NWA President Billy Corgan that Jocephus, real name Joseph Hudson, aka the Question Mark, has unfortunately passed away from an undiagnosed medical issue. As I mentioned, the announcement was made by the NWA President Billy Corgan. Now we'll talk about his statement in a second. Jocephus is a former NWA Southern Heavyweight Champion. He was best known for his work with Aaron Stevens, formerly known of course as Damian Sandow, on NWA Power. He had spent more than 10 years with the NWA, and like with any tragic pro wrestling passing, it's always incredibly shocking and incredibly sad. I think that when it comes to Jocephus and the Question Mark, I was such a big fan of NWA Power. I really was, and it's a shame that they're not currently making more episodes. The plans are that it will come back hopefully later this year. But if you go back and watch those shows that are on YouTube still, those NWA Power episodes, the Question Mark, as silly and as over the top and as funny as that character was and bizarre as that character was, it was the most over character on that show. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. It really was. And that's a testament to who Jocephus was. It was a complete throwback pro wrestling character. It was a throwback to the early 80s, maybe even earlier than that, of just this cartoonish, crazy character with a strange story talking about it wasn't karate, it was karate, and his finishing move with the thrust to the throat and his work that he did with Aaron Stevens, it was just so funny and so ridiculous and so over the top, but so entertaining. I mean, that was the most important thing, is it was so entertaining. And it's just such a tragic story to hear that he had suddenly passed away, and he leaves behind a young child as well, which is again incredibly sad. And it's a horrible story. It really is. As someone that, as I mentioned before, had spent so much time with the NWA, put so much effort into growing the brand, trying to bring it back, and was a real integral part of those NWA Power shows. Even before that, when you had the 10 Pounds of Gold TV series that they were putting on YouTube as well, Jocephus had a lot of matches with Tim Storm. He was really involved in that aspect of it as well, and he was just, by all accounts, and we'll go through some of the reactions here in a second from social media, from the pro wrestling community, just such a well-liked person, a great father, a great wrestler, and just a real great character, a real highlight of that NWA Power series. So if you have the time, I certainly recommend to go onto YouTube and watch some of the Question Mark matches, because it's so great. I mean, it really is so great, and it's such a really sad and tragic story to hear this. So Jocephus, Joseph Hudson, the Question Mark, rest in peace. You'll be sorely missed. Now, the news was broken by NWA President Billy Corgan, who said on his Instagram, quote, "It is with a heavy heart that I share that my friend and brother in wrestling, Joseph Hudson, has passed away suddenly from an as yet undiagnosed medical issue. NWA fans would know him as Jocephus, as well as the Question Mark, where thanks to the great fans at GPB Studios in Atlanta, Joseph was able to receive the kind of support in the ring he'd always dreamt of. He is survived by a young son whom he loved dearly, and if anything would pain him about leaving this earth, it would be not being able to be there for his boy. R.I.P. Joseph, love to you and Godspeed." Now, Dave Marquez, who was integral to the NWA Power TV taping, said, quote, "Such horrible news to share. Jocephus Hudson has passed. Moments ago, NWA President William Patrick Corgan issued a statement on his Instagram. Joe was so creative and a hell of a guy. Most of you know him as the Question Mark. My condolences to his family, friends and fans. Hashtag RIP." Now, the tributes continued from everyone throughout the pro wrestling community, including pro wrestlers that have spent time with Jocephus and the NWA, one being the Cowboy James Storm, who said, quote, "This will hurt for a long time. The hard thing about wrestling Jocephus was trying not to laugh at the silly stuff he would do to try and pop you during the match. He will be missed. Little unknown fact, he helped me with the voice/writing material for the DCC videos. RIP Jocephus." Elijah Burke also said, quote, "Thinking about the talks I've shared with Jocephus, aka the Question Mark, over our short period of time working together in the NWA, I always found him to be upbeat, positive, gentle, and oddly funny. Really gonna miss him and his smile. Prayers to his family, PHS." Drake Maverick WWE superstar, NXT superstar, also said, quote, saddened by the passing of Jocephus. He was a total gentleman, thoughts are with his close friends and family. Of course, we mentioned his partner, Aaron Stevens. He said, quote, the world is a better place because you were in it. Life is kind of like wrestling. It's the moments that count. We shared them in and out of the ring. I love you, brother. Adam Pearce, WWE official, tweeted, quote, Godspeed, Jocephus Hudson. Rest well, sir. The Blue Meanie, former ECW star, said, quote, really bummed out to learn of the passing of Jocephus, aka the question mark. Joe was a good dude. I was fortunate to have a great conversation with him at the last WrestleCade. May he rest in peace. So sad. Hashtag RIP Jocephus. Marty Bow said, quote, very sad to hear about the passing of Jocephus. I met him years ago before we worked together at NWA, and he always had a smile on his face and was so fun to be around. My condolences to his family, especially his little boy. He will be forever remembered. Karate? Question mark. Rebel from AEW said, quote, rest in power, Jocephus. You were one of the sweetest, supportive guys. I'll remember you this way, end quote. Now, Jesse Goddard's Mr. Spectacular also said, quote, just to learn the news about Jocephus, aka the question mark from NWA. He was an amazing, kind and considerate man. I will miss him greatly. My deepest heartfelt condolences to his family and friends. May he rest in peace. Maria Diaz-Gomez said, quote, I am heartbroken to find out about the passing of Jocephus, our beloved question mark. He was an incredible person, a huge sweetheart, and a pleasure to be around. Best wishes to his friends, family, and fans. May he rest in peace. His legacy will live on forever. Now, in response to Aaron Stevenson's post, current NXT commentator Stu Bennett, Wade Barrett, former NWA Power commentator, said, quote, you two were a brilliant duo. Incredibly sad. He was a great guy and performer. RIP Joseph. Impact Wrestling also commented, they said, quote, we are deeply saddened to learn of the passing of Jocephus Hudson. We offer our sincerest condolences to his friends and family. David Lagana, former vice president of NWA, said, quote, dear Joseph, you are an amazing, creative collaborator, a great friend, and most importantly, a loyal, caring father. There is so much to say. RIP Jocephus. Matt Hardy, current AEW star, former Impact Wrestling star, and WWE star, said, quote, we're shocked to learn about the passing of Jocephus this morning. Worked with him in 2016 at Impact Wrestling. He was a very kind, very creative guy. My condolences go out to his family. Hashtag RIP Joseph Hudson. Joe Galley, the commentator for NWA Power, said, quote, it breaks my heart to wake up to this news. Joseph was kind, creative, and an incredible person. It was an honor to work with him. Hashtag RIP Jocephus. Hashtag RIP Joseph Hudson. Hashtag RIP question mark. Dutch Mantau, former WWE star and Impact Wrestling star and legend of the pro wrestling industry, said, quote, sad news tonight, folks. My friend Joseph Hudson, who went by the wrestling name Jocephus and portrayed a young Bruiser Brody in Dark Side of the Ring episode 1, passed away tonight. It is believed that he either suffered a stroke or an aneurysm. The tributes continued from NWA World Heavyweight Champion Nick Aldis. He said, quote, heartbroken, goodbye my friend. I have so much more to say, but I need time, end quote. Aldis's wife, Mickey James, also commented saying, quote, Joseph was a loving and devoted father, a friend, a brother in the locker room, and a master of karate and all-around amazing man. Rest easy, my friend. My whole heart is your little boy right now. It's all I can think about. RIP Joseph Hudson, RIP Jocephus, RIP question mark. Now, wrestler and actor David Arquette also tweeted, quote, shocked to hear the passing of Joseph Hudson, and I send my condolences to his son and entire family. Joseph was an incredibly talented man in front of the camera as well as behind it. I'm honored I had the chance to work with him, and I will never forget the laughs we shared. Former NWA star and current AEW star Eddie Kingston tweeted, quote, RIP bud, you always made me laugh and we would always shoot the shit. You were always a light in the locker room, RIP, and I will see you again, end quote. Former NWA referee Brian Hebner tweeted, quote, wow, just seeing this and completely saddened to hear about my dear friend Jocephus, aka question mark, just simply an amazing person, caring and just really loved the business. I am praying for all of his friends and family. I'm so gutted. What a terrible loss. Former NWA World Women's Champion Thunder Rosa tweeted, quote, RIP my friend, you were truly a very talented and special individual. And former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Tim Storm also tweeted, quote, such sad, terrible news. You will be missed, Joseph. Rest easy, my friend. So horrible news to hear about the passing of Jocephus, aka the Question Mark, someone who had entertained fans of NWA and around the world of pro wrestling. He will be truly missed.